Okay, so as promised, I'm back with some of the security concerns associated with RAG, or Retrieval-Augmented Systems. Remember that RAG is a process where LLMs can gain access to outside information that is more current or not stored in the training data through what's called a pre-trained neural retriever. Now, there are some security concerns that have cropped up around the use of RAG. One of the possibilities is something called passage injection. Remember that RAG works by taking passages from an indexed source and sending them to the LLM. And it's possible that someone could manipulate the data so that it is corrupted when it's passed to the LLM. Xu et al. Recently published a paper where they talk about something called poisoned RAG, and they go through the framework of how the sources that are passed to the LLM could be messed around with. Some ways that this is accomplished is by getting malicious websites indexed by a retriever or interfering with data stored in an enterprise database. In a paper by Xiang et al., they talk about a response to this security concern in their paper called RobustRAG. Rather than being concatenated and then passed to the LLM together, in this approach, they use secure passage aggregation. In this approach, each of the sources that are being passed to the LLM are looked at independently and verified for accuracy. Data leakage is another concern. In a recent podcast, Simon Suo from LllamaIndex talked about the ways that information in organizations is often segmented, meaning that not all data that is available to the organization is meant to be seen by all members of that organization. And he's hearing people in circles expressing concerns about how sources could be passed into the LLM, and then that information could end up being shared with members of the organization that it wasn't originally intended for. I'll post links to all of the sources so that you can read them if you're interested. And if you've got anything to add to the conversation, please let me know in the comments or send me a DM.